Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. In the earlier session, we had looked into the message box widget in Tkinter, and in today's session, let's move ahead with the list box widget in Tkinter. So friends, what is a list box? A list box widget is used to display a number of items from which a user can select one or more items depending on the configuration. So we can display more than one items. We can display a range of items or a list of items in the list box, and user can select one or more items depending on the configuration which we specify in the list box options. So this is what the list box is, and the syntax for this is list box. Window is nothing but the parent window, and it has got many options like BG, FG. So many options are there. I've covered the important ones which I have not covered for the other widgets. In this widget, we have Xscroll command. Xscroll means it uses the user to scroll the list box horizontally. Then we have got yscroll command. It allows the user to scroll the list box vertically. Then we have the select mode. There are four modes. The default is the browse mode, but we can choose extended, multiple, and single as well. We can use any option which we want. So now let's quickly move on to one of the code examples and see how it works. So initially from Tkinter, I'm importing all. Then I'm having win equal to tk, the main Tkinter screen. So now let's create a label widget. So let me name it as label1 is equal to label. Place it in the main window. Text for this is equal to list of important cities and let me give a font for this particular text. Font equal to Arial, 25. So this I'm giving a font of Arial and 25. Now let's place it in the main window. Let me say label1 dot place rel(x) is equal to 0.3, that is the relative exposition. I'm giving it as 0.3, and y I'm giving it as 10. So I've created a label widget which displays the text list of important cities, and it is placed at a relative exposition of 0.3 and y is equal to 10. Then let me create my list box called list1. Listbox1. Let me have it as listbox1 is equal to listbox, where L is in capitals. Place it in the main window, and then listbox1 dot place rel(x) I'm having a relative exposition equal to 0.4 and y is equal to 75. So this is the list box. We create it with a variable equal to list box, place it in the main window, and I'm giving a relative exposition as 0.4, y is equal to 75. So this is how we create the list box. Now when I run the code, it should be label1. Now when I run the code, I get my output in this particular format. List of important cities is the label, and we are getting a list box, an empty list box, because I have not added any items into the list box. So now let's add items into the list box. There are many methods in which we can add items. I'll show you 4 important methods how to add items into the list box. So this is the first method. So let me say listbox1 dot insert. Dot insert is a method in list box which helps us to add items into the list box. So for this it takes 2 parameters. The first one is the index value and the second one is the item. So index value is 0 and item is Bangalore. Now let's add the second item into the list box. 1 dot insert, index is 1, comma, item is Hyderabad. Then I'm having list box 1, sorry, list box 1 dot insert, index is 2, then I'm having Pune. So friends, here I'm adding 3 items into my list box. 0 means it is the first index and it is having the item Bangalore. Then 1 is nothing but the second index having Hyderabad. 2 is the third index having Pune. So now when I run the code, let's see what the output is. So 3 items have been added into our list box: Bangalore, Hyderabad and Pune. Since Bangalore is at 0th index, it is coming at the beginning. Hyderabad is at the first, so it is coming after Bangalore, and Pune is at the second index, so it is coming after Bangalore and Hyderabad. So this is the first method wherein we are using built-in insert function in list box 1 and adding items into the list box. Now let's move on to the second method. So let me comment this. Okay. Now let's move on to the second method. I want to add the same. Now when I run the code, I won't have any list items because I've commented out my first method list items. Now let's move on to the second method. In the second method, we can say listbox1 dot insert, and I can use end, comma, Bangalore. Then I can say listbox1 dot insert, end, comma, Hyderabad. Listbox1 dot insert, end, comma, Pune. So here, instead of using the index value 0, 1, 2, I'm giving it as end. So since no items are there before Bangalore, end means at the end of the items we are adding a new item. So since for the first one we don't have any items in the list box, for Bangalore will be added at the beginning. Then again I'm saying insert at the end Hyderabad. So after Bangalore, Hyderabad will be added. Pune will be added after Bangalore and Hyderabad. Now let's run the code. So Bangalore will be added first, then Hyderabad, and then Pune. So it works in a similar way as our first method, but we are giving the index as end. Now let's comment out these values. And let's move ahead with the third method. In the third method, we will first define a list. We have all seen what a list is. So I'll have list1 equal to, in square brackets, I'll have the item values like Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune. So the three items I'm having in my list. Now let's loop over this particular list and add items into the list box 1. For this, I have to have a for loop. For item in list 1, listbox 1 dot insert end comma item. So this is the third method. If there are many values, we can add it into the list and iterate over the list items. First it will take Bangalore. It works similar to the second method, end comma Bangalore. So it will add it in the beginning because no other items are there. Then Hyderabad will be added at the end of Bangalore. Then Pune will be added at the end of Hyderabad. So now if I execute my code, I get Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune. So this is in the third method. Now let's comment out this for loop. And next, let's move on to the fourth method. Fourth method, wherein let it act similar to the first method. So we having a list 1 which is having the list of items. Then I'll have my counter equal to 0. Then let me say for item in list 1 listbox 1 dot insert, let me say counter comma item. So initially counter is 0, so it is 0 and item is Bangalore. So that will be inserted into the list box. Now let me increment my counter plus equal to 1. So I'm incrementing my counter with a value equal to 1. So now when I execute, so first counter will be 0, 0 and then Bangalore. So it will be inserted. Then counter increments to 1. So it is 1 and then Hyderabad. So it will be inserted after Bangalore. Then counter becomes 2 and then Pune. Item is Pune. So after Hyderabad, Pune will be inserted. Now if I run the code, I get Bangalore, Hyderabad and Pune. So these are the four methods in which we can increment or add items into the list. Now after adding Bangalore, Hyderabad, Pune, now if I want to add any other item at any other index value, then I can say listbox1 dot insert. So if I want to add it after Bangalore, then I can specify the index value as 1, 1 comma Mumbai. So now when I execute the code, I get Bangalore at 0th index. Since I've given 1 for Mumbai, at the first index, Mumbai will be added, then Hyderabad, and then Pune. And now if I want to add it at the second index, then I can say LISTBOX 1 sorry LISTBOX 1 dot insert 2 comma Lucknow. So now when I run the code, so 0th is Bangalore, first is Mumbai, second is Lucknow. So Lucknow will be added at the second index value. Now if I want to add any other city at the last index, then I can just give it as end. LISTBOX 1 dot insert end comma Bhopal. So now when I run the code, Bhopal will be added at the end of the list items. So friends, we saw 4 different methods today. The first one, we can say explicitly mention we can mention the index value and the item. Second method, we can give it as end and items. Third, with the help of a list, we can have all the items in the list and iterate over the list items by giving end and the item name. And in the fourth method, we again have the same list, iterate over the list items, but here we are having a counter which increments every time we iterate over the list. Then if we want to add any other items, after adding the items with the help of the list, if we want to add it at any particular index, we can give that particular index and the item name. So Mumbai will be inserted at first index, Lucknow at second index, and Bhopal at the end. So friends, these are the 4 different methods, important methods by which we can add an item into the list box. And how do we uh, create a list box? With the list box function in Tkinter, where L is in capitals, and we have to place it on the main window. So hope so friends, it was clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me out in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.